everyone. Welcome to day 12 of the 13 Nights of Samhain challenge. So today's prompt is reflect on your harvest. What lessons, skills, or experiences have you reaped? So I have always loved learning, and this year I have learned a few new skills that I will share with you. So I'm always researching and love learning new things about organic gardening. I have my garden in the backyard that I absolutely love, and it's a lot of fun, and I just really enjoy trying to learn as much as I can and get as good as I can at growing things. And so this year I learned a lot through some different sources, such as online, through just websites, as well as watching different YouTube videos, from books, and from taking some different classes. I really enjoy growing new varieties of things, such as tomatoes and peppers, whereas those are things I've grown a lot. I just enjoy growing new varieties, trying different types. But then I also have grown some just flat out new stuff that I've never grown this year, such as ginger, which should be harvesting pretty soon. And then this winter I'm growing some new things like broccolini. I've grown broccoli before, but not the broccolini, baby broccolis. And then things like pak choy and Swiss chard and fennel. So I'm growing some of that new stuff that's a lot of fun. I've also had some really good harvests this year and been able to preserve a lot and make some cool stuff. I canned some dilly beans, which is they're like dill pickles, but instead of using cucumbers to make pickles, you use green beans. So I made some of those that turned out really good. I made some pepper jelly using different peppers I grew, and I used some different hot peppers to make hot sauce, which was really cool. And then I also freezed and hydrated some different stuff to be able to save it. I've also done some work on learning more about herbalism and putting what I've learned into practice by making some different herbal remedies and things. So I've been making salves for some years, but I have kind of worked on perfecting my recipes and making them using some different plants that I've grown, such as calendula, comfrey, and cayenne peppers that I would dry, dehydrate, and then infuse in oil to make my salves. And I really like making things like that, and teas and tonics, and I've been using a hair tea that I've made. I don't grow enough and everything that I need to be able to fully do it just using stuff I grow, but I do incorporate the things I grow into it. And I really enjoy that. I have crazy sensitive skin, and so I'm unable to use most of the regular products just from the store, like soaps and different things, so I really enjoy getting to make my own, and whenever possible I like to make them as natural and organic as I can and use natural remedies rather than having to use more of the chemical-y stuff that is more harsh. So another skill I'm learning this year is sewing. Not just sewing in general, but sewing clothing. That is something I have wanted to do really practically forever, and in the past I have several different times I've tried buying a paper pattern like from Joann's or whatever, and the way those are made, their instructions are very sparse and they assume that you already know a lot of stuff, like the terminology and how to do a lot of things. And so for a very, very beginner like me, the instructions just never made enough sense to actually be able to use the pattern and make something with it. So this year I finally did some different research and found some smaller pattern companies that sell PDF patterns, and I bought a few of them and have been working on making stuff. Not strictly clothes, but the kind of clothes adjacent. I have made a miniature backpack and a little phone pouch that attaches to your belt that I plan to wear both of those when I go to the Renaissance Fair next month in November to celebrate my birthday. So I made those out of matching fabrics, and then I also worked on making a skirt, which is the first clothing I've ever really sewn myself, other than doll clothes. But yeah, so it's a skirt. I'll pop up a picture of the picture that came with the pattern, and you can see how she has them layered. So they're shorter, and the edge is uneven, so you can layer them, offset them and layer them. So I'm I've made one so far. I need to make a couple more, and I'm going to layer them and wear that to the Renaissance Fair. So I'm really excited about that. And then I also, at the time of filming this, it's happening this weekend. But by the time this video goes up, I believe it would have already happened. But I am going to be taking a class in person to learn how to sew a shirt. So I'm really excited about that. Another thing I've worked on this year is cleaning up and organizing and redoing my bedroom some. So I really wanted to get things reorganized in there, as well as doing some redecorating. So I repainted my room, and I sewed a couple new pillow covers to go over a couple of the little decorative pillows on my bed, and I donated a bunch of stuff, got rid of a bunch of things that I no longer need, and I've really worked on downsizing. And I really want my room to have more of like a whimsy goth, witchy, and kind of dark forest vibe. So previously I had the kind of like the accent color in there be like a dark burgundy red color. And so I've changed that to be more of a forest green to give it more of the vibe I want. I'm still working on it. It's not really quite where I want it to be, but I really like how my room is coming along. I've also really learned some important lessons this year. One thing I've learned is that above all, I really need to kind of take care of myself. Not in a selfish way, but just in a way that I need to be in a healthy space to be able to interact healthily with others and everything. And so I've really learned that I need to kind of take breaks when I need them and not try to push myself so much and end up overdoing it. I have several more serious chronic health issues, and over time they just keep getting worse. And so as they do, I am finding that I just have a much lower tolerance of what I can handle. And this year I've had several times where I just pushed myself too far, way overdid it, and it really caused me to just completely crash and burn. So I'm really trying to learn to recognize when things are too much for me to handle, and when I just need to say, no, I can't do this, or need to remove myself from the situation kind of just for my own good. And I've always really been kind of a people pleaser, which is something I definitely don't like about myself. I will always kind of go along with what other people want, and even if it's not really something I want to do, or like, for example, like I would always dress the way my mom liked me to dress, as opposed to wearing the type of clothes I really liked because it was stuff she doesn't like. So I'm really learning this year that sometimes I need to just put my foot down and say no, and I really want to live my life for me and do what makes me happy, rather than trying to constantly please others and do what makes them happy at the expense of myself. So even if others don't really agree with or like my choices, I feel like I'm learning to do what is best for me. And it's something that is going to take time and that I'm working on, but it is definitely a lesson I have started learning this year. Another thing that I was kind of reminded of this year is how important the people in my life really are to me, and how important it is to keep in touch with them. I am very introverted and also autistic, and so sometimes it just doesn't occur to me, and I don't always think about like reaching out to people all the time and reaching out regularly to the people that I don't see often. I don't always get to see my extended family very often, or even my best friends, just because they don't live super close to where I am. And if people don't reach out to me first, I just kind of, I don't know why, but I just kind of don't think about reaching out to them all that often. And so this year I've kind of really recalled how important that is, how important it is to keep those connections and keep them strong, and how important it is to let the people in my life know that I love them and I'm here for them if they ever need me. So those are a few of the things this year that I would say I have learned, new skills, lessons, and some of the things I have reaped wisdom-wise this year. There's probably more, and I'm sure there will be more to come since the year's not over, but that's it for now. So thank you so much for watching, and oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all, not related to the prompt or anything, but these are my new pumpkin earrings. I got them when me and my mom went to the little town of Green. Hang on, I'll take one off and show you closer. They're really cute. They're little orange beads, and then it's got the little bitty green one at the top, and then the pretty, sorry, it's not focusing right. The pretty little bead topper, and they're really cute. The orange part of the bead is from Bulgaria, and I got them from a guy who made them and was selling them at the market down there. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of the challenge. All right, bye.